I am right now headed over at Gracie Barra, West Chase. Okay, so I didn't actually attend the class. I got to observe for a little bit, but the fundamentals, because right now they're rolling. They have here essentially all levels. It's not focusing. Come on, focus. Essentially, it says all levels. Basically, they got everywhere from beginners, white belts, all the way down to the all the way up to the advanced levels. They're practicing in there right now. The fundamentals classes, which is this evening, they said to come and attend that one. And essentially, from there, the idea would be to take the class, attend it, see if I like it. I think I have my mind pretty much made up. But I will go through that process. It definitely fits within the cost of the price range I had anticipated. So, having said that, let me just talk about my decision-making process behind finally getting to what school that I wanted to train at. When I was in high school, I got my black belt with Tiger Shaman's Karate. This is back in 2001. Finally, when I earned my black belt, continued training, but then I moved down to DC after college. And so when I came down to DC, now the school that I trained at least that chain of schools did not exist in DC. And so they were specifically clustered around the New York City area with 40-some schools, and one school outside of that region, which was in, I think, Tampa or Miami, Florida. So in DC, I didn't have any other choice except, look for new schools and start all over again. Now, I was definitely interested in self-defense, and I had taken a couple of Krav Maga classes back in New Jersey, and so I figured let me consider that. I had done some research, read some books, found some schools, found one that was near my home, and started attending classes. I attended classes there for about a year, and then my job changed, and so as a result of that change, my, the process of getting to class on time and all that just kind of went out the window, so I had to leave that class. And so since then, I came down to Houston. The challenge in any kind of martial arts training is that the opportunity to continue the training regardless of where I'm at. That was important to me, because if I'm traveling, can I continue my training at a different school? And can I continue to make progress and have my attendance count on all that good stuff? And so the best thing is, Gracie Barra Jiu Jitsu, they are worldwide. I think they have something like 700 schools globally, and which is great. It's kind of like me with 24-Hour Fitness or LA Fitness, where if I am a member at any one of these and I have the national or the international membership program, then I can go ahead and attend any one of these regardless of where I'm at. So I really have no excuse to not to train. That was the major deciding factor behind choosing Gracie Barra over other schools. The other school I was seriously considering was actually closer to my home, but not by much, maybe by another a few minutes driving, was Helion Gracie, which is, I think he's the youngest son and a younger brother of Carlos Gracie Jr., and he has a school right here, and in fact, Helion Gracie sometimes comes to the school to teach. Somebody was, I guess, documenting their experience at a Helion Gracie school. It was an overall positive experience. Among the things that I noticed in the video that the guy was showcasing experience about, which he absolutely was like, oh my God, this is so cool, which to me was like, nah, this is not cool. So one of the things that the Helion Gracie school video that I showcased is that before facing off in a sparring match between the two of them, from a seated position, they're actually putting their head nearly to the ground. And so as a result, I was like, you know what? This is the deciding factor for myself, is that this traditional tie-in would not be acceptable. And for that reason, I made my decision last night to attend Gracie Barra, because they take some of those other elements out and they focus more on, I guess, the instruction and whatnot. And the spiritual elements are to the individual, and it doesn't conflict or interfere with the things that that one has to do.